What up, everybody? This is Double G from the Fight Game Podcast, the last Road to WrestleMania 34 show with my buddy, Big D. What's up?
Hey, all right. Just a few days away from the granddaddy of them all.
Not only is it just a few days away, I'm actually flying out in like less than 6 hours.
Yeah. I will be flying out in a few days. I'm going in Saturday morning. Not going to do too much stuff. And then Sunday's the big show. I'm going to fly back Monday.
I'll give you my schedule right now. So
what a pain.
Thursday, Wale Mania.
Of course.
Friday morning, Wrestling Observer Mailbag Live. And
where's that happening at? Is that on a bus somewhere, or is that a different thing?
No, it's actually booked a small venue. They sold out tickets too.
Real? Oh, that's the Ed Laredo hustle. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Ed Laredo Productions.
That's right.
Or no, Ed and San Antonio Productions.
Who would have ever thunk it?
And then I have Progress, Rev Pro, and WWN Super Shows. Super Show for the the next, I don't know, I think it's like 12 hours. So like 3 wrestling shows in a row.
So you're going to 3 shows in a row in one day?
Yep.
I mean, look, here's the thing. I'm gonna fuck with you because I did the same thing. Like I want to say 10 years ago, right? And you were the asshole who was like, "Oh, look at you going." You were fucking with me. Look at you going to those vanilla midgets and this and that. And now look what's come around, bro. You're going to multiple indie shows. You're going to Premier Pro. Your local indie. You were. Let's not BS the people, bro. You weren't really a big independent wrestling guy for years. Don't even front. You were not an independent wrestling guy.
Well, I didn't even really go to my local indie for many, many years.
Many years.
But I think the thing that changed is that the indies have so many guys who WWE wants that it's actually worth going to see these guys because they're really, really good. I don't know what it was like 10 years ago, but to me, it's just that the quality of the wrestling. Also, there's the New Japan element, right? Like I've been following New Japan pretty closely for, I would say, with the last 4 years, and like really closely for like the last 2 years. So there's guys who also work there who I can see live on some of these shows, like, you know, Zack Sabre and Kota and Kenny and all these guys. So that's also part of it, which is just, you know, these guys have kind of like said, you know, thanks but no thanks to WWE, which means they're of the caliber and better than, you know, most of the guys in WWE, and it's just worth it. Like do you even remember who were in some of the matches that you saw 10 years ago?
Yes, a lot of the guys who were on WrestleMania were actually in those matches. I went to go see Supercard of Honor 3. Now, obviously, it was headlined by Japanese people. I mean, the Japanese wrestlers, you know, for lack of a better term. But it was not New Japan. But yeah, I saw Supercard of Honor 3. Let's see if I remember. Roderick Strong and Eric Stevens had a match. Oh, Jimmy Jacobs and Tyler Black. Seth Rollins beat the Briscoes. I remember that. Austin Aries, Nigel McGuinness for the ROH title. Kevin Steen, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. They were on that card too. I forgot what they did on that card, but yeah, there were a bunch of guys.
Well, I mean, ROH ROH has been legit for a while, so. I mean, I wouldn't consider that to be sort of like a nerdy card or whatever. I don't know what else you saw, but I mean, the ROH is legit. I mean, they're gonna do, you know, I don't know, 4,000 or 5,000 people this weekend to see Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes.
Well, it's going to be awesome. Well, the thing about ROH back then is, you know, we're talking about 10 years ago, literally 2008, 10 years ago, WrestleMania 24 in Orlando, right?
Yep.
That was the first weekend that we really had. It wasn't the first weekend that Ring of Honor ran. The first time that indie thing happened with WWE was actually for WrestleMania 21 in Los Angeles. That same weekend, PWG ran All-Star Weekend. So that was the first time that a company actually had an idea to run a show opposite the Hall of Fame and Friday night. And then Ring of Honor did it in Chicago in 2006 for 22. Now for and 2007, this was the first time that it was not just Ring of Honor and WWE, but TNA had 3 shows that weekend, and also a lot of other indies like WXW. A bunch of other indies also ran that weekend. So I was a part of the weekend where they really started that whole like slamming the weekend with stuff, stuff. I guess you could say.
Yeah, no, it's quite the deal now. I think a lot of these shows are going to do really, really good business too, which is really cool. So the one other thing before we get into this, we're going to just preview WrestleMania 34. We'll talk a little bit about the main angle coming off of Raw, which was sort of a non-angle, the John Cena Undertaker thing. But before I do that, I'm going to do one small plug for a show that I did last weekend with Big Dave.
I saw that though. Finally, bro. After how many years it happened?
Yeah, I don't want to.
Big Dave Meltzer, by the way, for those who don't know. Let's clarify who it is. Dave Meltzer.
Yeah, I don't
not Dave Batista.
I don't want to overuse my my connection to him. And it was just a good opportunity. We were kind of waiting around for the New Japan show to start, and just decided to record something quickly. It's actually kind of a cool show because I called it Behind the Curtain, because we were able to kind of just dig a little deeper at certain subjects that were kind of on the top of our mind. So I thought it was really fun. It was right before the Sakura Genesis show, so we weren't able to talk about that, but we were able to talk about PWG and the New Japan show from the weekend before, and then also talked a little bit about wrestling journalism and stuff. So it was actually kind of fun, but I just wanted to shout that one out. You can find it on our SoundCloud channel, which is soundcloud.com/FightGamePod, and then also on Apple Podcasts if you just search for the Fight Game Podcast, and drop a review. Had a few reviews drop in on Apple Podcasts, so thank you to those folks, including our boy Robert Silva, the great Robert Silva.
That's right, man. A big boxing historian. No, actually, Dave was supposed to be a part of 30 for 30, but then Jack Encarnacio stole my idea and took Dave away from me. Because he's a thief, and that's what WrestleZone does. They steal ideas and steal fake stuff.
Is that where he comes from?
I don't know. I think so. Oh. I don't remember. It's been so many years, I don't care. But what do you call it? No, that's good. I mean, that's that's good. Remember when it reminded me of this. Remember that one episode of the Drug Cast? You probably didn't even hear it, but there was one episode where I don't know if Dave had forgotten to call in, but there was one episode where this is stuff you only get on there, where so it's Ed, right? And Ed he's like, all right, handle the show, I'll be right back. So I think Cotrere was co-hosting, so he's talking to somebody else, and you hear Ed in the background calling Dave, right? You actually hear him in the background, in the same room but far away. He's like, "Hey Dave, it's Ed. Just wanted to see where you were at." Bro, it was the funniest thing. I miss those days, bro. Blog Talk was not the best audio quality, but there were some great memories during those days.
It was the first opportunity for a lot of people to actually do podcasts, and people calling in from their landlines and cell phones and stuff. It's actually kind of cool. And
now all the wrestlers started doing podcasts, and we're all screwed.
Yeah. So did you see? We'll just quickly talk about Ed. We've given him a couple shout-outs already, but did you see that Shawn Michaels cut off his ponytail today?
I couldn't believe it, bro. End of an era. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it.
So 30 seconds before I saw that photo, I saw the same exact photo with your boy Ed. He had to clean up for WrestleMania weekend. He posted the same exact same photo.
Didn't he cut off the mullet years ago though?
Yeah, but it keeps growing back, and his hair was pretty long, and it was kind of out there, and he had the beard. But he cleaned up for this weekend, just like HBK. It was pretty uncanny.
That's fantastic, bro.
All right, enough about Ed.
San Antonio Productions.
Enough about Ed. He's gonna ask me for some money or something.
Fucked up.
Yeah, I think he's letting me get in the Observer mailbag thing for free because I got them to plug it.
Well, there's another reason as to why you're going to be going to that for free. Let's not get into that right now.
No, that's the only reason. It's the only reason.
Wow, Ed, how could you? All these years.
All right, so let's quickly talk about the thing that happened on Raw, which was actually something that didn't happen. John Cena.
Ronda. Oh, okay. Ronda Rousey going through a table.
Well, that happened too, but John Cena calling out The Undertaker yet again. I compared him to Jennifer Aniston on our last show because The Undertaker is just not that into Cena. But I've really disliked what they've done. But the thing that I'll give them credit for is it's so different than what the normal promotion is. And it almost makes the match stand out in some weird way because there is a little, like, I think the smart marks are kind of, you know, they're a little, they're kind of like, I don't know, they're tricking themselves in a way. They know that Undertaker's going to be there, but there's just this little doubt of them to say, you know, oh, what if now all of a sudden Cena wrestles somebody else, because they just don't want to be wrong. Just for the 0.5% of a chance that the Undertaker's not in this match, they're leaving it open for something else to happen. I think it's pretty obvious that the Undertaker's wrestling this match because you don't waste 6 weeks or whatever it was that they've been talking about it. But in that case, it makes it a little different than every other match on the card in a show that's been very strongly promoted, sort of by the book in almost every case except for this match.
Yeah, and that's one thing I found interesting is them having – this has never happened before as far as like Vince McMahon. This is something that TNA would do. And Paul Heyman – see, even Paul Heyman during the ECW era wouldn't really do anything like this in the same way. So – Vince McMahon, throughout the history of the business, whether it be pay-per-view or even MSG, doesn't matter what we're talking about here, you always want to have – if you have two big stars, and I mean like mega stars. I don't mean like, you know, just whoever's the top guy. I mean like legends, and they're wrestling at a WrestleMania on a pay-per-view, you want to get that match announced early. They always have done this. This is the first time ever where they've done something like this to where – other than a Money in the Bank cash-in or something like that. You know, there's obvious small exceptions here and there. Hulk Hogan versus Yokozuna was an impromptu match at WrestleMania 9. But, I mean, when you have two stars and you're basically misleading the fans into making them think they're not even going to be on the card, the biggest card of the year, and you're basically trying to tell the fans they're not even going to wrestle on there when they actually are, it's literally unheard of. And I believe in another era, they would never do this. This is something they would never do. Like, because we're in the network era and there's all these other matches, they probably feel like Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns and Lesnar and Ronda can sell this show. And they don't think Taker and Cena is that valuable, I guess. Or maybe they do, but what they rather do is have it be a WrestleMania moment. And then that way, when, you know, the next day happens, they can say, folks, if you missed this pay-per-view, get on the network right now so you can watch The Undertaker defeat I think he's going to win. Wrestle John Cena. I think that it's so weird. It's so different. I don't like it. I don't think it's good business, but they would not be able to get away with this in another era. It's just not possible.
I think it's a good point. They are, at least I think, I'm not sure exactly what the mentality is, but like you said, there are other matches that, you know, that have been the marquee. When you have Ronda Rousey and Daniel Bryan, Ronda in her first match and Daniel in his comeback match, that's probably enough. And like you also said, it makes it almost seem special in a sort of, if you didn't watch the show, you know, sort of like they did with when Undertaker lost for the first time against Lesnar. That was like the moment of like, if you didn't see this on the network, go spend your $10 right now so you can see history. And they could do that in the very same way. The problem is then, you know, let's just hope that they don't then bring Undertaker back on the Raw on Monday. But it is so intriguing to me. And at first, and I still believe,
I still can't believe it. I still can't believe it.
Well,
I'm shocked.
I still believe that this is probably not the best way to do it, but I don't mind them being different, because how many times can you do the same thing where Undertaker has to answer a challenge by somebody else? You know, Shawn Michaels 2 years in a row. Triple H.
He's gonna answer the challenge. It's just gonna be on the show as opposed to before it. You know what I mean?
But I'm saying the way that they build his matches, is often the same. Like people calling him out. I want to break the streak. I want to beat the Undertaker.
Like
He's
I
a
said
legend.
last week, though, if he had not appeared on that Raw anniversary show, it would have had more impact.
Maybe, but he was so unimportant on that Raw show that I don't know. It felt like such a waste. But anyway, how do you think they do this? How do you think the match starts? How do you think they get him in the ring? Like, what is your vision when you think about what they're going to do?
Well, it's funny because I tweeted about it, and I got a reply from someone who says, I don't see how it makes sense. Was Cena going to be in the crowd drinking beers, then lightning strikes, and then he has to wrestle? It seems odd. I agree with that guy, though. Shout outs to Guy. Like, that's the guy's name. I agree with that. Like it's very, very odd.
Teddy Riley and Aaron Hall?
I don't know. I don't think it's that. They're not that awesome now. But
okay.
I'm guessing that Cena's going to come out, and he'll say, no Undertaker. Well, I tried calling out the Undertaker, but I'm here with the crowd, and then he comes out.
Yeah.
It's going to be built up to be a WrestleMania moment, but I feel like just him coming out, even if they announced the match, would have still been a WrestleMania moment. See what I'm saying? But they want to make it a big WrestleMania shocker. It will get a huge pop. Now, I will tell you this, based on the fact that they're doing this, right? I'm pretty certain that Cena's not going to win that match. I just don't see how he can win that match. He's called the dude out for weeks. No response. Taker comes out, says, "Who you messing with, boy?" and takes him out. I just don't see John Cena beating this guy. I don't see it.
Okay, here's how I envision it. I think Cena comes out first. The referee's like, "What are you doing here? There's no match." Cena's like, "Nope. You got to start counting. There's a match." So he starts counting, right? They're going to try to count the Undertaker out. Referee gets to 9. He's about to count to 10. Cena stops him. He's like, no. You can't count to 10. You can't cancel this match before it happens. Referee's like pointing to the ring guy to ring the bell. And right before he rings the bell, instead of hearing the bell, you hear the gong. And then Undertaker walks out. I think that would get the best... because people are going to be sort of like wanting that pop, right? That's all what this is really for, is for that pop for the Undertaker. And I think that would be the way to get the biggest one.
Yeah. I mean, it could be. It could be. I just don't. They've pretty much made it clear the match is not happening, so I feel like Cena would have to come out and like say, "Well, I guess it's not happening," and then get shocked. Like, but then again, like, is that even fair? Like, for Taker to show up and Cena not be ready for him, like, that's just so, like, it's almost like a cheap win. It's almost like a run-in kind of win. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if they do this, they're probably gonna rematch next year. Like, I think if Taker beats this guy, maybe it'll be like a choke slam, tombstone, 1, 2, 3. Maybe it'll be a squash. I think that Cena comes back next year and beats him in New York, bro. I'm coming home.
Again.
I'm coming home.
We need to pass the torch to that young 42-year-old babyface again.
I'm telling you, man, that I just don't think they're just gonna let it go like that. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, so let's. We promised a preview, so let's preview this show. There wasn't a whole lot else going on. You mentioned Ronda going through the table, so she finally took a bump. I thought that segment was actually pretty good. Ronda screwed up her one line, but the crowd was so into it didn't even matter. But yeah, I think they've done, even though you and I were saying, where's Triple H and Stephanie? Like, how come they're not here? How come they're not, whatever. The fact of the matter is they just had so many things that they were trying to promote that, you could hold off on that and just wait till the end. And I thought it worked out fine. I don't think it took away from it at all.
No, it was just to try to build up Stephanie to be a tough person, and I'm not buying it, dude. I'm just not buying it. She's not going to beat Ronda Rousey.
Oh, everyone's going to be so happy when she gets hers, though.
Oh, I know. And that's good. That's what it should be.
What do you think of the idea that they save Steph from tapping so they can prolong the feud?
No, this has to end here. I don't think it's going to keep going. What are they gonna do? They're gonna do a one-on-one match? I don't see it.
I don't know. Maybe. Well, I mean, were you the one that said it though? I don't know if you said it or if someone else had said it, but sort of repeating the Stone Cold versus Vince thing, where Steph.
No, yeah, that was me. Yeah, then Stephanie gets other women. Yeah. That's what I would do. Yeah, I just don't like the idea of her wrestling multiple matches with Ronda. Like, I just don't.
Well, maybe,
I'm not interested.
Maybe they do the. Maybe they do the. I'll fight you with. Both hands tied behind
one
your
arm
back
tied
thing.
behind my back. Yeah. Well, they got to have Cactus come out though and choke him. But no, she's not good. She's not good. Like Ronda's not good enough to carry Steph, and Steph's not good enough to carry Ronda. That's what I was trying to say. So I think that they got to get Ronda in there with a better worker.
Okay, let's go over the show. So we did learn that both Battle Royals are going to be on the pre-show as far as, like, today, as far as that's the plan. That could change, but we were wondering if they were going to do that, and it sounds like they are. They're doing both Battle Royals back-to-back, apparently. This tells me, though, that we're not going to get Hogan, because if we were going to get Hogan, the Battle Royals would have been later in the show, so they could... Isn't Hogan going to be the new general manager of SmackDown when Shane leaves? That's also the rumor. I don't know. I hope so. I hope he becomes the leader of 205 Live, bro. Him towering over those midgets, That'd be awesome. You know something, Leo Rush? That'd be awesome, bro. Oh, poor Leo Rush. We got the Andre Battle Royal and we got the Women's Battle Royal. It seems like the Women's Battle Royal is set for, I guess, Bayley and Sasha to be highlighted here. I'm not exactly sure if they're going to bring back any folks like they did for the Rumble. I guess they could just put a bunch of NXT women in it, which would be interesting there, too, because if you do that, if you put NXT women in there, I do hope that means, Shayna and maybe even Ember Moon or maybe Kairi Sane, like they do really well in this match. And heck, how many women are going to be in this? 20? Let me see. I don't know if there is a number. It says to be determined from what I'm seeing. They haven't announced a number yet. There's only been 13 announced. Yeah, so they're going to have to bring in like 7 more from NXT, maybe Trish or it's just that we just saw the Women's Royal Rumble, bro. It's like whatever, like, you know what I mean. But I mean, I could see Shayna. Maybe there's a surprise winner. Maybe Ember Moon wins because Becky and Bayley and Sasha are fighting at the same time, and they just roll over the top, and all of a sudden Ember Moon wins or something. So you could do something like that. What about Johnny Garganis going into the Men's Battle Royal? What about that rumor? Is that the rumor? I heard it from somebody on Twitter. I don't know if it's true. Just people talking shit that they think Gargano's going to win. I mean, if he loses the night before to Ciampa, that I could see that happening. He shows up on the main roster. I wonder if Drew McIntyre could come back in this match and maybe win the thing. I would imagine he's probably close if he's ready. I think he'd be close. I mean, but would that mean does he go back to NXT or does he stay with the W? I think he'd be great on the main card. Or what about your boy Bobby Lashley? Samoleon Jones, bro. Oh, I don't. Well, somebody told me. Again, people are making stuff up. That Bobby Lashley's going to interfere in the main event. I don't think so. I think if Lashley appears, it'll be tomorrow night, the night after WrestleMania. I don't think he's going to be in this Battle Royal. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, these matches are not very important. They're kind of to set the stage for the big show and just to get who cares about the cruiserweights, bro? But I mean, it'll be a pretty good match for the small time that they'll have it. Cedric Alexander, Mustafa Ali. I think Alexander has a chance to be something. If they, he's if you remember from the Cruiserweight Classic, I think he lost, and then Triple H said something about he was going to bring him back in, or there was something going on with that. So they like him. I know they like him, and he's really good. So I think it's a nice little showcase for them. But it'll get squeezed for time, just like Aries and Neville did last year. Well, I think that's going to be a big topic of discussion going into the weekend. And leaving it is going to be the time, because looking at this WrestleMania card, right? There's a total of 13 matches, including the pre-show. 14 if you include John Cena and The Undertaker, okay? So
What we're dealing with here is 14 minus 3 is 11. So there's going to be 11 matches on the show. Now, that might not seem like a lot, right? But are these matches going to get time? And I feel like some matches are going to get cut for time. Like, I'm now starting to believe that Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss might actually end up being a squash, like a 2-minute squash.
I think that's what I said earlier. I said that's the match you take time away from. Are you like banging your knuckles on your desk? What's going on?
No,
over there?
I'm banging my knee against the side of the desk. So all right, I'll stop doing it. So I'm not masturbating live on the air.
After all that crap you gave me in show 1, just because my chair was squeaking, I went out and bought a whole new chair, and now you're banging your knees against the desk.
Yeah, but I can control my knee. You couldn't control the chair. The chair was gonna squeak no matter what, bro. So I mean, and so so if Taker Cena's gonna be like a squash too, right?
I don't think so, but I see.
I don't either.
I see where you're going.
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they have to cut time, bro. They have to. I mean, they're gonna give. All right, look, Brock and Roman. That's like 20 minutes minimum, right? And Hunter and his wife are gonna get at least 30. Right, so that's already a big shaving of time right there. And then Charlotte and Asuka has to get time. What about AJ and Nakamura? See, everything has to get time.
So here's where I think you cut time from. I think Lesnar and Reigns could be like a hard hitting 13, 14 minute match. It doesn't need to go 20. Because you got to remember, especially if it closes, that audience is going to be tired. So it might have to just be nothing but action. And then
do you think that Paul Heyman and Roman are going to team up at the end of the night, bro?
I don't know. It feels like every time we ask for that, they're just very stubborn against it. So I feel like we've asked for it like 3 years in a row. So I'm just going to say no. Did you
want to discuss the promo from Monday when Heyman said that Brock's going to UFC if he loses? I mean, that pretty much they spoiled the main event, bro. I mean, they spoiled it. He's going to lose.
I mean, did they have to spoil it any more than it was already spoiled?
I don't know, bro. Wrestling fans aren't that smart. You're giving them too much credit, but I just thought it was weird how he said that.
The other match you can cut time off of. I already said I thought Nia and Alexa was going to be a squash.
Yes.
Our buddy Brandon Draven told me today that he thinks Charlotte and Asuka could be cut time because you could do another super just athletic, hard-hitting match, and it doesn't have to be 20 minutes. It could be... it could be like a really good, like 8 or 9 minute match. I kind of agree with that. The Strowman one,
that could be a squash.
That could be another squash, or at least 5 or 6 minutes or whatever. And who knows with the Bludgeon Brothers? While I hope they let the Usos and the New Day do some stuff, like those guys have just been killing everybody. So that doesn't have to be super long either. But the thing that you're right about is Kurt and Ronda and Triple H and Stephanie's going to be pretty long. So.
The entrances, bro. The entrances.
And I don't think you can really cut the Intercontinental Championship or the WWE Championship short. Like, I think in order for those to be good, you need to give them time. I don't think they can be good if you ask them to just do, like, a hard-hitting, shorter match. I think those need time.
What about young Randall and all these guys?
Well, I don't expect
I guess that'd be 8 minutes.
Yeah, I don't expect it to be long anyways. It's probably going to be like the second match after whatever opens the main card. It'll probably be second. They will have trouble with time though, because I think Draven said this is the most matches they've ever had on WrestleMania ever.
Well, sort of. I mean, technically there were older Manias that had more matches. Like WrestleMania, like 5, 6, and 7. Like I'm pretty sure WrestleMania 7 had 14. I have to check. I'm pretty sure. Let me check that right now. I could have sworn WrestleMania 5 had WrestleMania 5. Let me look. WrestleMania 5 had 14 matches. So no, he's wrong. WrestleMania 5, 6, and 7 all had 14 matches. But you have to remember, a lot of those matches were short. I mean, and they also didn't have like the Hall of Fame coming out, the long entrances. Like they had a lot of 3-minute matches, bro. Red Rooster and Bobby Heenan was 30 seconds, so. But that was back in the day, so.
Yeah. I'm actually trying to look for the quote that he told me. I don't want to misquote him, considering
this is probably what I'm thinking he meant is probably like, most like.
I think he said modern era. So you're right. He meant
modern era.
He meant modern era. So that's what he meant.
No, that's correct. Yeah, and for 33, because I was there for 33, we had, let me check. Yeah, 13. So yeah, no, it is. It's yeah. Okay.
Okay, so let's go over these matches. So I'm not sure. I don't imagine you ever watched any 205 Live stuff. Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali. Who wins this match?
I don't care. So the answer is, who gives a shit? I'm gonna go with Cedric, but I really don't care.
I think Cedric will win. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be a nice little showcase for them. But for those expecting like a really good cruiserweight match, that's going to be 4 stars. I just don't think they're going to get the time, and the crowd response won't be there because people like yourself will barely be getting to their seats by the time this match even is in the ring. So,
well, the one thing they're doing this year is that they're letting people into the building at 2, right? Which is like an hour and a half early, like 2 hours early, 3 hours early actually. So that's good. They're letting people in early. I like that.
Good luck with that though, because it's not like this building is like easy to get in and out of.
No, I've been in this building already, and it's certainly not, but it's not as bad as 32 in Texas. Because remember, in 32 you had to get into it to the correct door. You couldn't just go in any building and go around. You had to go to the right door.
The problem wasn't getting in and out. It was that they had like a power outage, and their scanners stopped working for like a half an hour or something. That was the problem.
That was another issue. Yeah, but then like if you went to this place, they tell you have to go to this door, and I hate that about these shows, but hey, it's a big building. So,
all right, now even though we don't know who's really in these matches, give me your winner of both the men's and women's battle royal.
I don't know who's in it. You already said. I know that it's hard. Hold on, didn't Figure 4 announce like a few of the guys in it, bro? Like I could have sworn they added. Okay, here we go. All right, so Andre Battle Royal, Scott Dawson, Dash Wilder, nope, Baron Corbin, Ty Dillon, Jerome Joe Raleigh, Matt Hardy, Dolph, Tyler Breeze, Fandango, Goldust, Slater, Rhino, Zack Ryder, and Primo Cologne. It will be none of those people. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Johnny Garganis on the men. And the women, Sasha, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Natalia, Naomi, Becky Lynch, Bayley, Lana, Mickey, Mandy, Sonya, and Carmella. I think it's either going to be like Bayley or Sasha or a surprise entrant. Maybe Ember Moon, like you said.
All right, for the men's, I'm going to go Drew McIntyre. I have no idea if he's in this match. And for the women, I'm going to go Ember Moon with Sasha and Bayley going over the top together.
Ember throws them both over?
Ember throws them both over. Well, you know what, though? She might lose the night before. So I'm not actually sure what what this does for her. Maybe Shayna. Maybe I'll go with Shayna instead. That's who I'll go with. As a both because she's awesome, and just because being Ronda Rousey's good friend is not a bad thing.
Agreed.
All right, so let's talk about these matches now. I have no idea what's going to open the show, but let's start with. Let's go with the tag team SmackDown Tag Team Championships. You have the Usos, you have the New Day, and you have the Bludgeon Brothers. The Usos and the New Day did a really dumb promo on SmackDown where Big E was pulling stuff out of his trunks. He tried to pull an Xbox out of Xavier Woods' trunks. I don't know what was going on. They were talking about how many different places you could watch the network. It was kind of dumb. The Usos have been really good, and I almost feel like they won't really get the rub that they should get from being so good of late, and because it feels to me like this is all for the Bludgeon Brothers to win. What do you think?
Either the Bludgeon Brothers are going to win or they're not going to get pinned. Like, they're not going to lose. So either the New Day will pin the Usos will pin the New Day, or the Bludgeon Brothers will win. Because if the Bludgeon Brothers don't win, then they can come back next month and say we never got pinned in the match, and then do the rematch there and then give them the belts there. I actually think they should win. I mean, they've been building these guys up since October, since Halloween. Then they postponed it. I don't see why not. I mean, really, the SmackDown tag belts are fun matches, and that's pretty much what they are. It's like they're work rate belts, so you could put them on anybody. I actually would prefer if I would prefer if the Usos retained, right? But it's their time. Like it's you know what I mean. It's their time.
I say put the belts on the Bludgeon Brothers and have the New Day feud with them and move the Usos over to Raw. I think the Usos could have some fun matches with the Balor Club guys, with
put them with Roman, bro, the Samoan family.
Yeah,
bro.
that'd be great. We talked about that. I think we talked about that last year during the Road to WrestleMania stuff.
Yeah, I want to see it.
So yeah, I'll go with the Bludgeon Brothers here. Okay, Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, Jinder Mahal versus Rusev. I'm actually thinking that even though they never do this, and I'm probably going to be wrong, I just want them to acknowledge how over Rusev is and put the U.S. title on him.
Agreed. I agree. He needs to get the belt back. It's been 3 years since he lost it at this show. Give Rusev the belt back. I think this is the perfect time to do it. And then rematch next month or whatever you want to do.
Do you feel like this is? Do you feel like almost like Randy Orton is in a match that he's probably not like it's probably too beneath him, but I don't know where else you would put him on this card.
I think he's like the gatekeeper, man. He's like what Benoit was supposed to be before that whole thing happened. You know, he's going to work with the young guys.
Do you think? I mean? Do you think he pulls the vet card and is like, "Nah, I got to win this match"?
Is he about that though? Like, has
I
he
don't
ever
know.
been?
You're the one who knows people who know Randy Orton. You tell me.
I do know people who know Randy Orton. I can't believe you remember that. That's right. That's right. Wow. I think the thing about Randy now in the past like 2 years that's made me love him so dearly is that he doesn't give a damn. He doesn't care. Like he's been in the worst feuds of 2017 and not giving a shit. So I don't know, man. I think I hope not. I hope that they do give it to Rusev and Randy can move on to maybe face Nakamura.
Yeah, they could have a good match. I think they already had a pretty good match on SmackDown not too long ago. Okay, The Miz versus Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. Unfortunately, The Miz had his child, so they cannot do the thing that I wanted them to do, which is have the Miztourage come out and tell Miz that his wife was giving birth, and thus he had to leave the match.
I like how you said, unfortunately, he had his child. All right.
No, because I wanted them to try to be creative with it, but not. Unfortunately, only in the sense of my idea doesn't happen. Obviously, very, very, very fortunate for the Mizanin family. Maria
and the other Mike had their kid too, bro. People giving birth left and right in this company.
I know, and both women, they put their, they had kids a little bit later in life. You know, they did lots of stuff with their career, and they had. I like the fact when, I'm the opposite. I had kids when I was really young, but for people who stay in shape and can have kids and can have children later in life, more power to them. As long, especially when those the children seem to be healthy. So good for them.
I like how you act like Maurice and Maria are like 85, bro.
No, but aren't they in their like mid to late 30s?
I think they're in their mid 30s, but that's still pretty young to have a kid. I mean, you're making it seem like they're 48, bro. That's from the way you're describing.
No, that's Janet Jackson.
Yeah, which she's still pretty hot for 48, bro.
Yeah. Who was the one? I think J-Lo had twins, fairly, maybe in her mid to late 30s or something. But, I mean, it's not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying it's actually a good thing.
Yeah.
Because, you put you do all the things you want to do before you have a family, and then when you're ready to have a family, you have a family. I think it's a good thing.
Agreed. I think Miz will retain.
I agree with you on that. And I just want to see him. I just want to let these guys, as you saw on Raw, Rollins and Balor can have a really good match.
That was a good match, bro.
And The Miz can still come away sneaking up and winning the match. I just want to see Rollins and Balor, get to go crazy for 8 minutes or something. I think they could have something really good. So Alexa and Nia, I mean, I think this one seems a little predictable, and maybe for that reason, maybe they do something else. But I see the only way you can end this match of the bullying, I mean, they were calling her Blubber on Raw, is for her to just squash the shit out of Alexa.
Yeah, I mean, she even said she's gonna squash her. I mean, she said, "I'm gonna squash you at WrestleMania." I didn't think they were gonna do that to Alexa because she's so over and she's a good heel. But now that I think about it, she might be that Chris Jericho type where they can lose and bounce back with their promos. So, yeah, you're right. I would shave time off of this one. I really would.
Yeah, I think I don't think she's Jericho. I actually think she's Miz. I think she can, because of her mouth, I don't really think it matters if she wins or loses.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny that there was talk about turning her babyface recently. And about a year ago, obviously things changed, but they wanted to do Charlotte versus Alexa for this show. And I guess they're going to postpone that for next year or whatever. Because if they do Charlotte versus Alexa next year and then Asuka Ronda Rousey, then that's a pretty good two good women matches right there. That's fine. Nia Jax wins the Battle Royal for the pie eating contest.
Oh, man. Oh. That was not
There's
nice.
actually a burrito eating contest this weekend in where I live.
Are you joining?
I know I'm going to be at WrestleMania, but otherwise I would.
Oh. Speaking of Charlotte and Asuka, they were on SmackDown where Asuka said she was about to do her catchphrase and then Charlotte cut her off. So finally they built to that match. It was odd to me that Asuka was not on SmackDown like every week.
No, it was weird because she was on Raw. Like, I understand, dude, I understand having her work both shows, but she was on Raw most of the time. Like, it's almost like it's one of those, we know Raw's the bigger brand, so we're going to put her there. But, dude, when people go to SmackDown, during the WrestleMania build, they choose the SmackDown champion, they stay on that show. It was weird. There was almost no build up to this, really. Yeah. They're going to have, this, pure sports athletic match, I guess. There was no actual heat or anything. We didn't get that awesome idea I had of Nakamura and Asuka against Charlotte and AJ.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
I know, it would have been an awesome SmackDown main event. Assholes.
All right, Cesaro and Sheamus versus Strowman and his mystery partner. Before we get to
his brother,
his brother was on Raw.
I know.
Who do you think is his mystery partner?
Abyss. No. I think it's going to be him, bro. I think it's going to be 1-on-2.
Just 1-on-2?
My partner's going to be these hands. That's my prediction.
I think it's going to be Bobby Lashley.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not Ronnie Mysterio?
No, because I think Ray's got some stuff to do on New Japan, and I think if you're going to put Ray in that match, you use his name before. You don't use him as a surprise. You used him as a surprise at the Royal Rumble. I think you promote Ray. You could use Bobby Lashley as a surprise, and then you could set up he and Strowman as tag champs who don't get along.
Be called Ebony and Ivory? Bro, he has no charisma though, bro. Strowman has so much freaking charisma and he doesn't.
Well, we'll see what happens because they could feud after this show because it's not like Braun is set up with anybody at this, to head off after WrestleMania. You don't want to put Braun with Roman if Roman wins. So I think
it was supposed to be Braun and Miz.
I know, but that would have been terrible.
I know, but it would have been awesome.
How would it have been awesome?
Because it would have been awesome having Braun Strowman and The Miz.
Oh, God.
You don't think that's awesome?
No, I think it's terrible. I wouldn't want to watch. Awesome. I wouldn't want to watch any of those matches.
I would, because it's going to be awesome. I mean, but as long as they're short.
Okay, so do you think Braun and either himself or his mystery partner wins the titles?
Yes. Yeah.
I agree.
Braun ain't gonna lose nothing, bro. Unless they do some cheap DQ or something, I don't see him losing this match.
I agree. You know what? We never said who was gonna win Charlotte Asuka.
Oh, Asuka.
Yeah, I think so too.
Asuka, yeah. Charlotte can lose, Asuka can't.
Yeah, I think I think you do that, and I think you can set it up for a number of people to try and break the streak. I think the streak is more important than anything else right now. So I agree with you. Okay, so I also think Braun's going to win, and I think Sheamus and Cesaro may get the belts back, soon enough. But I think for this show, it'd be fun to see, the the mystery partner and Braun win. I mean, you remember how impactful last year bringing the Hardys back was at WrestleMania. I mean, you were texting me going like, "This is like the first half of the show is the best WrestleMania ever." And
it was. The first half was awesome.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. How when they do it correctly, the surprise can actually be pretty impactful.
And let me tell you right now, dude, the pop that the Hardys got last year in Orlando, it was on television. It didn't do it justice. Literally, the entire building was rumbling. It was like Steve Austin at his peak level, for real. Like that one pop was. It really was.
Just as a quick tangent, since you mentioned Austin, you need to listen to the Edge and Christian podcast where Austin and Bret, they break down their match. It's so good.
Yeah.
You got to listen to it. You'll like it. I mean, it's very long, but for those with short attention spans, they might not. You could just fast forward 30 minutes of Edge and Christian's intro, but it's really good. Austin and Bret together, they have so much respect for each other, so it's really interesting to hear them just talk about all the stuff that happened. Bret gigging Austin and lying to Vince that it was hard way and all that stuff. It's so great.
Love it.
All right, so let's go to AJ versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I feel like we're going to have, the way that we're looking at this, a lot of titles are going to change hands here. Somebody's got to not lose the championship because I think we've had everybody win all challengers win these matches.
Well, no,
except for the Miz. Except for the Miz. The Miz was the only one.
Yeah, Miz retains. But maybe the Usos retain. Maybe. No, I think this is going to be a tough one, but I do think AJ wins. I think AJ is going to win this. I think Nakamura will be back later, but I think AJ will win and get his win back from the Tokyo Dome. This is the only match that's canon to New Japan storylines. They never do this. This is the only one. The whole show is non-canon, but this one.
New Japan World put that match up for free.
I did not know that.
Yeah, the match from Wrestle Kingdom,
bro.
Yeah.
And then they both left, like right after. So weird.
I'm going to say that Nakamura wins. I don't like the fact that I have all of these challengers winning these matches, so you might be right about this one. But I just think it's going to be. I think the match in of itself. I think you said you thought it'd be under 4 stars. I think it'd be right at 4 stars.
Well, the only reason I'm saying this because of the injury. That's the only reason I'm saying that.
Okay,
you know what I mean. Like if he's not injured, then it'll be fine. But I think it's a knee injury, right, or ACL or whatever.
So yeah, it was something like that. He's been really mum on it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is he going to be the old AJ? That's what I'm saying. Like,
he did the thing yesterday. He started to do the phenomenal forearm.
Yeah,
and then he backed off. So he actually did that.
I don't know.
So here's my prediction. I think Nakamura wins. I think he wins the title. And I think that it's going to be a 4-star match, and we're going to get Dave Meltzer's going to get 100 texts from WWE fans saying if this was in New Japan, this would be 5 stars.
And it's true. They're right.
No, they're not.
They are. We'll say Bruce Pritchard. Bruce Pritchard. When they asked Bruce Pritchard, Conrad's like, Bret Hart and Steve Austin at WrestleMania 13 was 5 stars in the Observer. And Bruce Pritchard goes, if it was in Japan, it would have been 6 stars. And then Conrad laughed. No, they're right, bro. It's true.
What a dick.
Hey, listen, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, bro. That's all I'm going to say.
4 3/4 for both of them.
That's what he said.
That's what I said. I was there for both of them.
But you're a Dave Meltzer parent, bro.
No, but I was there for both matches live. I saw them both with my eyes.
I thought they were 5, and I wasn't there live. You don't have to be live to change your star rating.
I'm just saying, I was there.
If that was Omega and Okada, it would have been 5, bro.
That if it was Omega and Okada, it would be 5 because it deserved to be 5. That's why it'd be 5.
Well, because it's Japanese.
Well, I mean, look. If you say it's 4 3/4 or 5, that's pretty close. It's the
same shit. That's the joke that I've been making for years. The same thing, bro. I never understood why people freaked out over that. It's the same thing. I wish they would keep more track of the 4 3/4 ones, though, because here's the thing about 4 3/4. If Dave gives something 4 3/4, you might think it's 5.
Yeah.
So I think they should catalog those as importantly as they do the 5s because they're pretty much the same thing.
There's a lot of good 4 3/4 WWE matches from the last 10 to 15 years that
But if they were in
still
Japan, it would have been 5.
That still hold up. Those matches still hold up.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if AJ and Nakamura don't get fucked over in time, bro, because that is a concern.
It is, definitely. Okay. Daniel Bryan, Shane McMahon against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I'm actually kind of worried about this as a match because I think Shane is probably going to be hurting. Daniel Bryan might be a little excited. I think it's going to be up to Owens and Zayn to kind of pace this a little bit. But they also, are going to be looking to steal the show in a sense as well. So I'm not saying that this is going to be bad because I don't think it will be bad. I just wonder if it'll be a little rushed and a little hurried and maybe some potatoes by Shane and stuff.
Right. Well, he's going to get potato right back, bro.
Well, I don't know. There's no Jericho in this match. It's just is Owens going to potato the boss's son? He's too worried about getting Vince's approval in the back.
You're right, bro. He's a pussy. Yeah, you're right. He's a bitch, bro. He's not going to do it. You're right. You shut me up. Hey, are we cool? No. You're right, bro. He's too much of a hoe to fucking do that. You're right. He's going to get potatoed all night, bro, by Shane-O. Shane-O potato. You know what? I'm fine with it, bro. I think Daniel Bryan and Shayna should win. I didn't think they were going to win, but now that I'm thinking that Owens and Zayn might just go to Raw, just do that.
Okay, so this is the one where I think we're going to disagree. I'm still going to say Owens and Zayn win, and I'm going to say that Shane is the one who takes the pinfall, or maybe the referee just stops the match, because that's what that could happen if he's just selling the injury. The ref could just stop the match. Daniel kind of is like a little bummed out, but he's like, at the end he's like, you know what, you did well, and he kind of shakes his hand. But that kind of leads to that leads to something between them for the next several months leading up to a big show.
Well, yeah, I mean, they could do that. It depends on what the plan is. You mentioned that last week, and I think it's possible. We just got to protect Daniel, because I just don't like the idea of Daniel coming back in the building that he won the championship and then not winning. Like, you got to do the yes chant,
Absolutely.
I just don't. It has to happen. It just has to. And that's why I think he has to win.
Yeah, I mean, they could still get some mileage out of it, or maybe Daniel.
Maybe Shane loses and Daniel beats him up and then gets to the yes chant, bro. I'd pop for that.
I was trying to think of a way for Daniel Bryan to sort of be okay with Shane losing. Like, what could he do? Like, could he stop the match? Maybe he could stop the match.
Remember what my idea was? Daniel loses this match and then comes out later as Strowman's partner. Then they win tag belts. They could do that. That'd be awesome, bro. Strowman and Daniel Bryan?
I guess they kind of look like Daniel Bryan looks like a midget version of him.
Let's not forget that Braun Strowman's initials are BS, bro. Like Bolin Services, bro. Kenny Bolin, the Star Maker.
All right. Okay, so Kurt and Ronda versus Triple H and Steph. I think we both believe that Ronda is tapping out somebody in this match.
I just want to see Triple H take a wacky bump, bro. That's all I want to see. Paul. But Triple H won't do it.
Do you think that Kurt gets out of this match unscathed? I feel like he's going to get hurt.
That's fucked up, man. How many WrestleManias is this guy going to have where we worry about his well-being?
Well, I just see him like pulling a hammy or, something like that.
I hope not. Oh, I hope not. No, I think that the right finish would be a Kurt Angle, Ronda Rousey double submission, but I don't think that's happening. I think that Steph's going to be the one to tap.
I do like the idea. I think this was Brian Alvarez's idea where Steph is about to tap and Triple H won't let her tap and he taps instead or something like that to save.
That's a terrible idea. Well, he has horrible ideas. That's never gonna happen, bro.
But you don't.
All I know is that whenever you hear this guy talk about how he has scoops for WrestleMania, don't believe a single one of them.
But remember, if we're gonna do the thing where she's the new Vince, does Vince didn't tap on day one?
Well, Vince didn't wrestle Ronda Rousey.
No, I know, but he wrestled Austin very early in their feud, and he didn't lose.
So what's gonna happen then? Ronda wins by DQ?
No. I'm just saying it's a tag match, so she doesn't have to actually lose.
You think Paul's gonna lose 3 WrestleManias in a row again?
Dude, the guy loses every other WrestleMania.
I know, but this is now 3 in a row.
I think
he lost last year. And he lost the year before.
I know.
The only guy he beat was the pussy Sting, who wouldn't play politics. See, if I was Sting, otherwise I would have stung.
He should have lost that match too.
I know he should have. If I was Steve Borden, bro, real estate Steve, I would have told him, I'm not doing the job. I'm not losing to Triple H my first night in. And then after he loses by Triple H cheating, they shake hands. And then Michael Cole says the Monday Night War is over 11 years after it actually ended. Oh, I'm still not over it, bro. Was it you who I got into that argument with about that match being trash? And I think you were defending it or whatever.
I really liked the spectacle of it live. It was a lot of fun live.
I spectacle of it too, but the finish was wrong. That was a wrong finish.
Yeah, it was dumb, but it was the stuff that WWE gets all crazy about. It's like they think that stuff really matters.
The Monday Night Wars are over, bro. They bought the fucking company from Turner, and they're still mad about it. Unbelievable.
All right, speaking of unbelievable, the main event, Brock and Roman. What if Brock Lesnar actually wins this match?
No, how?
I'm just saying.
How though? How is that? Wow. Okay, then what?
I don't know. Maybe Roman's guilty.
You're drinking Paul Heyman's Kool-Aid. Wait, about the steroid thing? So you're accusing him of being a steroid abuser? That's not very journalistic of you now.
No, I'm just saying maybe. I didn't say he was.
Strowman should be put in the match then.
No, I think I think the match is going to be good no matter what. Like, I know a lot of people are down on this, and it doesn't surprise me, but it humors me. It makes me laugh a little bit because I know how good this match can be.
It could be. I mean, the 31 was amazing.
Yeah.
No, and they might add like a late stipulation of like no rules or whatever. It could be good. I just don't see how Brock wins. I don't get it. I don't see how Brock's going to win this. They don't have a Money in the Bank person. Like, what could they do? You know, have somebody beat him tomorrow night on Raw or the next night on Raw. I don't see that.
I have an idea for the opening spot of the match.
All right.
So
the coronation of Roman Reigns again, bro. 4 years in a row.
So you remember how Lesnar and Goldberg started?
Which one? The first one or the second one?
The first one with the quick spear. Yeah. So Roman goes for the quick spear, like Goldberg. Brock sidesteps it. F5 right away. 2 3/4 count. I think that's how they should start the match.
They could do that, or they could have him miss the spear and spear Paul Heyman instead. Take him out.
I want to see the crowd gasp because they can't believe what they're seeing. That's what I want them to like. To get the crowd just thinking like that little part of like, oh shit, Brock's gonna win this match, and then it's a near fall.
I just feel like Roman kicking out of the F5, that was the whole idea behind this.
Oh, he could kick out of that one, and he'll kick out of maybe the one after 3 Germans or whatever, and that'll make him look like a badass.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying I think that people are predicting. I think people already know what's going to happen. Like, people already see that happening.
Yeah, but they don't see it happening in the first 10 seconds of the match.
They do that a lot now, but maybe you're right. No, I think that makes sense. I think that Brock's going to hit him with 3 F5s, and he'll kick out of all 3 of them, like he did at 31.
Or how many F5s did he give Undertaker?
3. He beat him after 3. He gave Roman 3 at Mania 31. And Roman still kicked out.
Yeah.
So he has to give him 3 here, unless the F5 is weaker than it was a few years ago, even though it's supposed to be stronger.
Brock is getting a little fat.
I don't, brother. If he's getting fat, then what's Paige getting, bro? Oh my goodness. But anyways, I think it'll be good. That closes the show, right? I mean, that's presumably. I mean, I know that Roman ending the show with a standing ovation seems to be the trend, and I'm being sarcastic when I say that, but I mean, what else can close the show?
I think it is. It has to. Yeah, I don't sense the heel turn is coming now, and maybe that's why it will happen, but I'm not going to, after trying to predict the heel turn 4 WrestleManias in a row, I'm not going there again.
No, I agree. But I mean, I would like to see Heyman stick around for sure after Brock leaves.
But don't you think, so to me, I think Lesnar's coming back no matter what.
I think he is too, but not for a while.
Yeah, and don't you think, I mean, it'll give us a chance to miss Brock, and it also gives us a chance to miss Paul. Paul's got a lot of stuff going on. He's doing like a TV show and stuff.
Well, is Brock booked for the night after WrestleMania?
That I don't know.
Because I would, I'm not saying he should come out there and hand the belt to Roman, but he could come out there and say "fuck you" to the fans.
Yeah, yeah.
He could do that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did something like that.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. Or he
then
could,
you
or
bring
he
out
could,
Blaster Lashley.
Or he could come out and then Daniel Cormier sits in the front row and runs into the ring and challenges him right on the spot.
Come on, bro. The paper champion. At least Brock wasn't a paper champion.
Well, what if Cormier beats Stipe for the heavyweight championship?
Until he beats the drug addict John Jones, he's a paper champion, bro. Paper champion. That would be impressive, but I don't see it happening. Look, the fact that Francis Ngannou, freaking the toughest man the hardest hitting man in the history of humanity, lost to Stipe, bro. That guy's a monster. He's not gonna lose. Father Time will be the person who beats him, bro. The way I'm seeing it. And you know what? Either way, he's still a paper champion, bro. Because the real champion is Johnny No Bone Jones.
Yeah, man. He said he's got to use dick pills because it's too big.
It's too big. Yeah. That's it. Whoever came up with that for him, bro, deserves a freaking standing ovation. Wow.
All right. So, do you have any final thoughts before your jaunt to New Orleans?
What do you think about Hall of Fame this year? I think it's a kind of a weak class, to be honest with you. Goldberg headlining. I'm not
going.
Goldberg,
I'm not going, and I'm not watching. Probably. I didn't even watch last year.
Last year was okay, but it got a little lame as the show went on. I told you I fell asleep during Steamboat, right? I literally was snoring during the Steamboat. I was literally snoring during that. But nah, I don't know, man. Here's the thing, Goldberg headlining, I get it. He was a big star, right? Obviously. But what's he really going to say? I mean, most of the stuff that he said was in that documentary on WWE. What is he going to say during his speech? I can't imagine it being a long speech.
I don't think so either. I don't think he's good in long doses.
Absolutely, bro. Speaking of dick pills. So, yeah, I mean, is it really worth going to? I mean, I guess Hillbilly Jim, whatever. Mark Henry's cool. Jeff Jarrett, I'm a mark over. Ivory, I like, and the Dudley Boys, I like. It's just not that good of a class, bro.
Kid Rock, you forgot about Kid Rock.
Who? Who is that?
Kid Rock.
Who?
You don't like that guy?
Come on, bro. Kid Rock should not be in this fucking Hall of Fame. Now that being said, for all we know, he might play the Undertaker to the ring in the American Badass. That's actually being talked about, bro.
I think that would be so dumb.
Now, I'm not even kidding, bro. I hope they have those little creepy girls. He's here, and then he fucking comes out.
Can you imagine how old the Undertaker would look in that getup?
Old, bro. I don't know. He already looks old. So you're saying he should come out with the dead man still?
Well, yeah, because they could just put him in makeup and stuff.
I guess that's true. They can put him in makeup for the other role too. Just not that Ronda Rousey. I got sprayed in the face by pepper spray makeup.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah, she's. You know the thing about her that bugs me is she has her smile, bro. You know how she has that smile? What's wrong with that smile, bro? I don't know what it is. There's just something about it. I don't know what it is.
Wait, you're gonna judge someone on something that they have no actual power over? She was just born with that smile.
But no, I'm judging myself. Why am I so weirded out by it?
Because she can kick your ass.
I don't know. First of all, no, she can't. We've already talked about this one for years, bro. I will kick Ronda Rousey's ass, bro. Like, without even thinking twice about it. I'm talking about, like, fucking, the smile is still weird, though.
I don't know, man. I think there's something. Yeah, you're right. It says more about you.
It does. I thought you were going to say you're right. Her smile is weird.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with her smile. As long as she doesn't lose it after the match.
That's right, because she sure as fuck lost it after losing to Amanda Nunes. And the funny thing is, Stephanie brought it up in their promo, and I loved it. I thought that was funny, bro.
You have to do that.
You know what happens when you lose? Yeah, I don't know, bro. We'll see, man. I'm looking forward to the card. Like I said, they're saving some surprises for us. Any other surprise thing? You think Dwayne's going to show up this year?
Nope, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
That'd be fun. It'd be fun if he did, but with no Dwayne, I almost wish, because Austin's going to be there that weekend, I wish he was on the stupid show.
So you're telling me Steve Anderson's not going to be on the show?
They haven't announced him at all to do anything. Wouldn't you announce Austin if you're going to have him on the show? Like, how come he's not the referee?
I don't know. What, refereeing the Lesnar match?
No, the Ronda match.
I don't know, bro. They should get Big John McCarthy to referee it.
That would be cool.
He's scarier and bigger than Triple H and Kurt Angle.
That's probably why they wouldn't do it.
Right?
Steve Mazzagatti.
No, or Cecil Peoples, bro, our favorite.
To judge the match?
No, and to referee it. Remember he refereed too?
Oh, I don't.
Remember he refereed? He's the guy who when he tries to break up a submission, he jumps on top of you. Remember that whole thing? Cecil Peoples is the best referee in the business.
The best in the business. Is it?
No, but that's
It's best for business.
By the way, did you hear about? I don't know. I read this on the internet. CM Punk's gonna come back on this show. Did you hear about that?
Oh, come on! Even though he has a fight scheduled in Chicago.
You do know that every single WWE pay-per-view, somebody somewhere always says CM Punk's coming back tonight. Every show.
I guess.
I hope you know that. Just saying.
It's been how long? How many years has it been since he's been gone?
4 years since before 30. Last time they were here.
So God, I don't until I see that guy, I don't really want to talk about him.
Are you flying first class or coach?
Coach, man, fly first class.
Bro. Come on,
that flight from the Bay Area to New Orleans is expensive, especially trying to get a one-way with no connections.
Yeah, well, mine with a connection was more expensive than without one. Without a connection, I pay like $250 or $260, I think, or something like that, like $280. Without it was like $400.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying I'm sorry, with a layover or whatever.
It was more expensive.
Yeah,
that's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. They wanted me to go to like Atlanta, Georgia. Like, why? Yeah, I don't know. It's stupid. But whatever. I'm flying on Spirit Airlines, bro, which is let's hope I make it. That's all I'm going to say about that.
All right, well, I hope you enjoy the seat that you paid a lot of money for. I'll
tell you what I don't enjoy. I saw Last Jedi again for the 7th and 8th time, and it still fucking sucks. La Rocca, if your booking is like that movie, bro,
you gave Disney more money on a movie that you hated.
Who says I paid for it?
Doesn't matter. Your time is money, my friend.
But I made that money back in video.
That's like 20 hours of your life right there.
I tried to like it, and I didn't.
I told you what happened though. You actually babyfaced that movie.
No, I did not. Because it's getting more hate. I'm telling you.
All right. So our road to WrestleMania is now over for the, I don't know how many years we decided that we have been doing this, but thanks for.
It's not over. Don't we have to review the show next week?
Maybe. Well, maybe we'll have an epilogue, but I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to do this for. Gosh, this was like the 6th one or something. So for Big D, I'm Double G. We will see you from New Orleans. Well, actually, we won't see people from New Orleans, but we'll be in New Orleans. We'll see you when we see you. Peace out.
Bye.